There's only so much you can do to someone, especially one with weak stature, before they take that bottled up hatred and release it in a way you never thought possible. That being said, livingness is the greatest human emotional capability.
Should I be worried?
Not exactly. Just know to never let me in unless you are willing to change the way you see life in itself. Fair warning.
Are you lying to me? As we speak?
You wouldn't really know, now would you?
People these days always assume things. But you know what, Sydney? With your problems, you can't afford to assume anything.
Perception is all about what we are looking at. We see what we want to see. What do you see in my eyes, Ian?
Everything you have ever experienced in your sad little life. I would never want to be in your place. It seems lonely.
Are you putting all this on me now? We've been at this table all fucking night talking about who knows what. I could really care less what you have to say.
You're the one who asked me. Listen, it's sad how you refuse to see the negative. I hope one day you wake up and realize your true nature.
I'm strong-minded and independent.
You're a fucking joke.
All of this is gonna fall back on you someday. You know that, right?
No, it's not. Because the fact of the matter is, you are a failure. I cannot believe you live with yourself every day. Go out in public with that look of conformity on your face. Wake up, Sydney. You're going to be the one to fuck something up and make it fall back on you. This night was a waste of my goddamn time.
Please, leave Ian.
Long night?
What time is it?
8.
Whatever. Come in. Coffee?
Please. Thank you.
What exactly did you come over for?
What happened to you last night?
Ian was over.
What else?
We talked the whole night. He said some stuff. I made him leave. He's an easy person to get to.
That reminds me. I've been thinking of how far we could take this. Just how much we can influence you into taking down the ego trip.
How exactly?
Well, we built him up to be this strong person. And we let him into our minds and making him feel strong and boosting his confidence. And then once he's at his high point, we turn the fuck down. Well,
I think
it could work. It will work. All we need to do is have everybody on our side of this wall. Then, and only then, can we break it.
How long is this going to take to reach full effect?
Not long at all. All we have to do is throw him to weak-minded people. And he'll be sticking out as plain as day. He'll do his thing examining the situation and people in it. And they'll be stand, able to take over.
Dominic, you make it sound so simple.
Because it is. It just takes the right guy to gather all this information to put in action.
If you already had it all figured out, why'd you come to me? For my opinion?
Not necessarily. Sydney, you are the deciding factor in all of this. You influence him the most. You put this plan in motion. Make amends with him. Get him so comfortable that he wears his thoughts on his sleeve.
I think I can do that.
See, that's why I chose you. Because you're assertiveness. It's only simple if you accept it.
I do. I accept this. I accept all of this. Just what happens when we push Ian over the mental edge?
Denial, confusion, a redefined thought process. Just think how easier everything would be. Look, I already got the plan ready and set to go. Just need you to open them up Be flirtatious. Get inside his head. Make him feel like the bigger man.
What happens if this all falls back on us?
Falls back on us. Why do you think it will? It won't. All we need to do is be prepared. He can't catch on what we're doing and find out what we're doing.
I get what you mean, but what if he starts to ask questions?
Then you lie. You lie your little heart out.
This better work.
I wouldn't have came all this way if I knew it would fail. And don't look so nervous. They'll look right through you.
You've always been able to talk somebody into something. Use it wisely.
Always use it wisely.
Why are you even doing this to Ian?
Because it's entertaining. Have some more coffee, please?
This is the man I wanted to see. How you doing, Ian?
Been up all night at Cindy's house.
Really? For what?
Talking at first. Things got a little out of hand.
Well, did you fix it?
You tell me the next time you see her.
I will. Ian, let's say that she was mad. Madder than need be.
I wouldn't be too surprised, accounting for some of the things we said last night.
But let's say she was mad and open to ideas. How would you take that?
Depends on what kind of ideas you're talking about.
Retaliation. Look, she doesn't fuck around with this kind of stuff. It might seem small to you, but to her, it's everything.
Now you're getting someone, Dominic. What is she planning?
Nothing. I'm just thinking freely based on what I know about her.
Do you know something that I don't?
All I'm saying is that we both know her well enough to know that if you said something last night that you shouldn't have, that she would retaliate without any rational hesitation.
I think I'm different. An exception of some sort.
No one's different. She treats everyone the same. But, however, I'm a little worried to know about last night. What you said last night might have changed everything.
I should be solid. I took care of it the way anyone would.
What are you doing, Ian? I said, what are you doing?
Does it matter?
Yeah, a little bit. To me it does.
I'm doing nothing.
And what are you thinking about? Can you tell me? Are you lonely?
In a sense of a matter?
Do you want to go inside or something?
Not yet. I'm comfortable.
Well, then what do you want me to do in the meantime?
Why did you come over here, Matthew?
I thought you needed some company.
That's not it. Why did you really come over?
I came over here to talk to you about something and or someone.
Is it about who I think it is?
If we're thinking alike, it just might be.
There we go.
Well, I can tell you Sydney has a big mouth. She tells me everything about everyone.
Could have told you that.
Anyone could have. Listen, I'm gonna get straight to the point. Dominic and Sydney are plotting against you. I'm not gonna go into great detail because you're a smart guy and you should be able to figure this out on your own. It might enrage you, it might weaken you, but you need to act on it carefully.
You gotta look at the situation.
Don't act now. Wait a while, and when the time presents itself, then strike them back with everything. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to say before I left.
I don't think I want to hear anything else.
One without the other has nothing.
Where have you been?
Don't worry about it.
Why? You're just getting home now.
What am I, 5 fucking years old? Relax. I was talking to someone.
Who?
I was talking to Ian at his house.
About what?
Oh, nothing. Just the meaning of life, how he's been doing, and oh yes, your and Dominic's little plan.
How much of it?
Next time, don't tell me information you don't want to spread to other people.
How much of it?
Pay close attention, Sydney, because everything is gonna fall back on you. I can guarantee it. I just set something in motion that'll tear you and Dominic to the fucking ground. Sleep well tonight, because soon you won't be able to.
What the hell happened to you?
No sleep at all.
Why?
Matthew told Ian about everything.
What? How did Matthew find out in the first place? Did you tell him?
It was my mistake. I didn't think that he would tell Ian. It was a bad judgment call on my part. Should we still try and go through with the whole thing?
Yes, absolutely. We just push it harder on them than planned. I'm leaving this to you now. So don't fuck this up.
Come back here, you prick! You're the one who came up with this plan, and now you're giving it all to me? I didn't ask to be a part of this. Was that how it was supposed to be? You were gonna leave this all on me, and you were gonna wipe your hands clean? I see how it is now. Fuck you, Dominic. Fuck you. I'm done with you. I've opened my eyes and I see the real you, and who I almost became for myself.
Shut the hell up, Sydney. Look, all your insecurities about you, Ian, and me are just gonna ruin us all. I'm sorry. Never mind. You know, what Ian told me about you, I didn't want to believe. I didn't think you were like that. But now, I agree with him.
I can care less what Ian has to say about me. He's not here, and I'm on his side of the wall. But you're alone. Ian, I need to talk to you about something. Would I be able to come in?
Listen, Ian, I know Matthew was here, and he told you about me and Dominic, what we were planning.
Yes, he did. You were overconfident as usual.
My mentality has changed. I realize the kind of person that Dominic really is, and I want nothing to do with him. Nothing's going to happen to you. It's all gone.
How do I know you're not lying to me right now?
Like I said, my mentality has changed. I wouldn't lie about this.
I haven't trusted you in the past, nor do I trust you right now. But I simply feel bad for you, because you came and told me yourself.
I just came from talking with Dominic about this whole thing. He told me to push hard on you, and I came to a realization. He was using me. He wanted all of this to fall back on me.
How do you know it still won't?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping it won't.
You know, didn't I tell you not too long ago that you were gonna be the one to fuck something up?
Alright.
I'm sorry, Ian. Just trust me, please.
In time, things will happen. That's when I judge you and this. Your ability to act on choices you made.
Sydney's the girl I originally wanted to have to do it. Now I regret having told her ass anything.
What will she do now?
Tell you.
She's one of those girls.
Yes, she is. I'm a little worried, to be honest.
There's nothing to be worried about. We can topple her.
How?
She's even weaker-minded than Ian.
I already know that. That's how I originally got her to agree to the whole thing in the first place. She didn't ask the questions necessary to evade the persuasion I was putting on her.
What was your motivation with that?
To be honest, I didn't really have one to begin with. I wanted to see how long until she cracked completely.
Indecisiveness is the seed of failure. It feeds off the idea of not knowing which move is to be made next.
Hasn't been planted yet.
Yes, it has! Face it, you're done with everything now. Just drop it.
I'll figure something out.
I don't see that happening.
You don't see a lot of things, Valeska. That's why you're blinded by the world. An oversimplistic mindset is your downfall. Mine as well. And I'm not afraid to admit that I made a mistake. I take pride in myself. Shit happens. And I'll be the one to fix it. And when I do fix it, I'll let you know exactly what comes next. And we will go from there. Now get the fuck out of my house.
That bitch deserves everything. I don't believe a damn thing that came out of her whore mouth.
I wouldn't either.
Why does she think I'm gonna trust her out of nowhere like that?
Well, that's how she works. She plays people's emotions to get what she wants.
Well, what makes me the person to manipulate? What does she want from me?
Your complete trust. She wants you open enough to the point where she can get you to do anything she wants. She wants to see you shatter. It's entertaining to her and Dominic. But you have the advantage now. You know exactly what they're going to do, and you can strike back with everything. And like I said, take them down.
Well, there's a part of me that wants to see her fall from her own plan.
Listen to that rage you're feeling. That feeling wouldn't be there if there wasn't a reason, but there is a reason, and it's telling you something.
I've avoided for almost my entire life, and now it's here, and I'm lost.
Never ignore prominence when it's looking into you with everything it holds. Do it.
It's you.
Thought things over, Sydney.
Yeah?
Yes, I trust you. I understand how guilt works. It eats away until it's got the best of you. What you need to do now is let go of that.
I've tried. It's just, I can't look you in the eyes. It's like you can see into my soul.
Because that's what you need to see. To understand you completely, to know what I want to refuse.
What are you doing, Ian?
Relax. Don't get all striked up. You'll be fine.
You know I don't like you like that.
Prolonged exposure to a feeling, and you adjust to it.
What I feel for you is not the same as you feel for me.
Learn to make swift and rational decisions that benefit yourself. Think thoroughly to what your intentions really are.
But it's over, Ian. I'm a new person.
Having trouble with that idea.
Grasp what is being presented to you.
No thank you, City. You're done.
Done with what?
The hollow shell you call your being? Systematic downfalls are normal in a world consumed with hatred and pure evil.
What are you trying to say exactly?
Why was Dominic over here? Saw him walking down the street before I came here. I don't even know why I'm here.
Because you care about me.
I'm not helping you anymore. Never comes about the way you want it to. Nothing does, for that matter. This guilt is going to eat away at you, and I'm going to let it happen, rapidly and without remorse. No one is helping you now. The fact that you wanted to break me shows everyone that your contempt and confidence towards me is at a high. But we all know that high ends eventually. Yours ends right here. Right now. You are alone. It's gut-wrenching to watch something like this happen before your eyes and know you can do absolutely nothing about it. It almost happened to me, but I stopped it dead in its tracks. That's worse than anything else I could have done to you. My anger has subsided and all that remains is pure lividness. Something genuine only a select kind of person feels. One who has built themselves by striving to be independent and forthcoming. Always an observer. A soft-spoken, innocent human being. Then to be betrayed by someone you used to be close to and grow off of? Things started to die down and go away, but leaving remnants of a shattered and undefined feeling. It hurts, but it's not as painful as this. Nothing you could ever imagine will be as painful as this, where you're going to feel and experience this emptiness inside your soul, and every ounce of self-esteem you used to have will disappear completely. Of course you can attempt to receive help from others, but they will never understand you as well as I did. The loss you have just suffered will be like an open wound to those who find you beaten down by life and left for people like me. The ones who hurt you more, infecting the wound until you are nothing. Never thought this would be the case. A small part of me feels bad for you, watching you crumble as you wanted me to, but reverse motion takes over. You fall as I rise. It's a great feeling, one you never got to experience for yourself.
We all have our problems, Ian. It's how we act on them, how we develop ourselves, how we choose to thrive in the presence of our problems. That'll show us the kind of person we really are, and what humanity we still have left. Evil presents itself to the ones who are weak enough to accept it.
Like the piece of shit you are. Low and worthless and without purpose, you're a waste of humanity's hard work and evolution.
Get the fuck out of my house.
I don't think you made the right choice. Mistakes are often made of impulse decisions.
There was no impulse I was in. I did what I needed to do. It felt good to watch her fall.
Take a step back and analyze what you did.
I did nothing. Dominic and Sydney did everything. I was pushed to take action. Influence and forced to make a small decision.
There was nothing small about it. That decision was made incorrectly. It wasn't Sydney's plan to begin with. She was the outlet. Dominic was the whole thing. It was always Dominic.
I didn't go after Dominic, did I? I went after Sydney. She told me she agreed to the whole thing, then dropped out. She had the intention to go through with it, so I don't care that Dominic conceived it. I never liked Sydney to begin with. She showed the signs. It was right in my face this whole time.
You didn't go after Dominic? He disregards everything you tell him. If it's not his idea, you shouldn't open your mouth to begin with. I've seen the potential he has, and it scares me. It scares me because his drive and courage is more than anybody I've ever met. You simply don't understand him and what he goes through. I know it sounds like I'm sticking up for him, and that's because I am.
I just told you everything that happened last night. Now answer this question for me. Why did Dominic want to break me?
He told me he had no motive. He just wanted to see what would happen, testing his own abilities.
He should have known his abilities before trying to take action.
He's impulsive like you. I want you to understand something. I know virtually everything about you. Everyone that you've spoken to, I have also. So don't try and twist someone's words around to make them seem worse than they actually are.
Quit lying to yourself.
Lying to myself? Dominic didn't influence you to take action on Sydney. Matthew did. Think about it. You took everything that everyone told you and took it to a level where it didn't need to be at.
Do you even know what's going on with me?
You're the kind of person no one likes. No one likes you. Everyone hates you. You are a senseless, degenerate fuck.
And you're an undeserving cunt.
Matthew, you know what always makes me feel better when I was stressing out? It's taking a walk. I always enjoy walks. You should start doing the same. I mean, it really helps.
Whatever floats your boat, Dominic. As long as you have a boat, of course.
Very true, but I know as someone who doesn't have a boat anymore.
Sydney?
Do you think what Ian did was right? I mean, she is your sister.
Half sister. I can give a shit less what happens to her. She told me everything, and I spread it to show her that information can get to people it's not meant to get to. You have to be careful who you tell. What Ian did do was prove that anything and everything can fall back on you in a matter of days.
We didn't break in. We influenced him heavily. We took him to a point of breaking and we left him there. However, we did break Sydney through in. I think this whole thing went perfectly. Remember, Matthew, always have the ability to think on your feet, although things won't always go as you intended them to.